the moment. And somewhere into a tower.
Yeah.
Well, I welcome members to this meeting today, the Friday, 14th of July, and welcome members and any members of the public that are present. Can I remind members to have their phones on flight mode, silent, or turn off, please. There are no presentations, I understand, and no questions from the public. Council acknowledges the traditional custodians of the lands where we work and live. Council celebrates the diversity of Aboriginal peoples and their ongoing cultures and connection to the lands and waters of the New South Wales Central Tablelands. Members and the public are advised that the proceedings of this meeting, other than any confidential matters, will be recorded and made publicly available on the council website. Persons attending the meeting, including members, should refrain from making any defamatory statements. Item 1 is apologies. Council acknowledges and accepts the apologies of Member Bruce Watt. Can I have a proposer, mover, please?
Is that right?
Member Leslie and Member Smith, thank you. All in favour of accepting the apologies? Thank you. Item 2 is the disclosure of interests. Council members are reminded of their obligations under Council's Code of Conduct to disclose and appropriately manage conflicts of interest. If any member has any declaration of interest, they should make that declaration now. Are there any declarations of interest, either pecuniary or non-pecuniary? Nil disclosures, thank you. Members are reminded of their oath of affirmation, under Section 233A of the Local Government Act 1993 in the proceedings for this meeting. Item 3 is confidential reports. Council notes in accordance with Section 9(2)A of the Local Government Act, the General Manager is the opinion that business on the agenda designated confidential and listed in the following Table 1 is the kind referred to in Section 10(a)(2) of the Act and should be dealt with in the part of the meeting closed to the media and public. And further, in accordance with Section 10(b)(1) of the Act, it is considered the discussion of business in open meeting would on balance be contrary to the public interest. Table 1, listing area weed treatment services tender. I'd ask someone, the recommendation is...
I'll move that we move.
Sorry, the recommendation is resolved on the closed committee of the whole of council to review the identified confidential business.
I'll move that.
Leslie.
Yes.
And second of Member O'Connor, thank you. All in favour that we move into confidential? Could we stop the recording? Yes. Who moved in second for recommendations?
Reynolds Smith.
Reynolds and Smith.
I'm sorry.
No, that was
Reynolds
the
Smith was moved back.
Right.
Right, and you.
Thank you. Are we back?
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear. Okay, item 4 is a recommendation from the closed session of council. The following was resolved in the closed session of council. 1, the tender of Rota Solutions Australia Proprietary Limited ABN 1513344323 be accepted, noting the addenda 1 to the request of tender issued 20th of April 2023. Deleted GP fluoropropionate granular herbicide APVMA approval 61689/117958. Second part, the General Manager proceed to engage Rota Solutions Australia Proprietary Limited under contract in accordance with the terms set out in the request for tender and Rota Solutions Australia Proprietary Limited tender. And the third item recommendation is that the General Manager proceed to engage Commercial Helicopters Australia Proprietary Limited ABN 36083160570 in accordance with the terms set out in the request for tender and Commercial Helicopters tender modified so as to only apply to the application of GP fluoropropionate granular herbicide APVMA approval 61689/117958. Member Fry moved the recommendations in 3 parts, and Member Ewan seconded the recommendations. There being no further business for this extraordinary meeting, the meeting was closed at 1:14 p.m. Thank you, members, for your attendance.